Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, and brought to you by Coca-Cola. When you're stocking up for game day, be sure to grab a Coke with a friend. Together, taste better. Carolina Ford. Ford, built for victory. Built for the Carolinas. Contact your Carolina Ford dealer today. And by Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, 919 all fours.
Hello again and welcome to the Carolina Insider. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a busy 30 minutes coming up, although it's a little different than the 30 minutes that we anticipated bringing you today. Of course, Carolina was scheduled to face Clemson in the Smith Center Saturday night at 7 o'clock, but as has happened so often across college basketball, a problem with COVID within the Clemson program has caused that game to be postponed. So now the Tar Heels will play Tuesday night at home at 9 o'clock against Syracuse. We'll have footage of that game next week. So what's on the show this week? We do have highlights of Carolina's come from behind victory on Tuesday night in Coral Gables against Miami, 67-65, the final score of that one. Andrew Platek with the big bucket late. Adam Lucas and I had a chance to sit down with Walker Kessler, freshman big man for the Tar Heels. I think you're really going to enjoy hearing some of that conversation with Walker. And also, Adam will join me to look back at the Orange Bowl and go through our social drive as well. But let's head back to Coral Gables and Tuesday night. Look, it wasn't the prettiest performance for the Tar Heels, but they won the game. Let's see the highlights of the 67-65 victory.
Tar Heels will get another look. Ends up back to Black. He'll try a three. That's good. Timberlake, a hard drive. Again, kind of a wild shot, but this one goes in. So now it's 5-2. Meanwhile, Sharp gets free down low, received the pass and slammed it down. As the Canes, who were struggling early, are back in this thing. Walton will try a three. It's good, and I think there's a foul call as well. Long pass into the left corner to Platek. Quickly free throw line to Kessler. Had it knocked out of his hands, luckily right to Love. He'll pitch it out to Black for the triple. R.J. Davis up high to Leaky Black. Extra pass to Kerwin Walton. Fires the triple, nothing but net from the right wing. 34-32. Again, just a lot of bodies together as Walton does get a clean look at three and knocks it in. Goodness gracious, thank goodness Kerwin Walton is out there for the heel. No ball movement on that possession by Miami. Leaky Black will try a three from the right sideline and knock it in. So Leaky has 3 threes. Love up high to Day'Ron Sharp. He's going to penetrate, hit the floater, and get a chance for three. So Carolina down 4. This possession important. Walton checked in. It's going to be a Love three from the left wing, and it's good. Love's first field goal, an enormous one. I think Walton may have blocked it. Here comes Carolina. Pitches it right corner to Leaky Black. He'll try a three. It's good. Leaky gives Carolina the lead and has a career high as well. Leaky Black running the point. He's out there with Platek, Walton, Brooks, and Sharp. Platek in the right corner, drives baseline, floats it up and good with 3.5 to go. Miami out of timeout, tries a three-quarter court shot that hit the rim, but is no good. The Tar Heels somehow get out of Coral Gables with a win.
There wasn't that much time left, so I said if my man closes out on me because Leaky was going to drive, if he commits to Leaky and kicks to me, I'm going to shoot it. But he kind of played the drive pretty well, so he went out on me. So I drove baseline because I saw the angle on cross, and I knew I could get a shot. I don't know if it was the best shot we could have gotten, but I mean, it went in and we won. So that's all there is to it.
Practice that all the time. I mean, we had more time. If I set up a play, and you've heard this before, if I set up a play, I don't know if they're going to play zone, don't know if they're going to play man. Caleb was hurt. Leaky was the point guard. And I'm just screaming, let's go, let's go, let's go. But that's what we do. We've done that from Florida State here when Ty Lawson makes a game winner. We did it in the final 8 when Luke May did it. We do it every day in practice. We push it. If it's less than 6, we'll call a timeout. If it's more than 6, we go.
We can make that happen, definitely.
This looks great.
We'll bring it and have
Getting through the morning meeting in one piece?
Thanks.
Feels good. Then realizing it's payday. That definitely feels good. All while keeping the kids busy and the clients happy. You're unstoppable. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you can bank without missing a beat.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your Carolina Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now get a 2020 Escape with 0 for 60 or get a 2020 Explorer with 0 for 72, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Today tastes like staying in, like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating, and a little bit like waiting. Food's here. Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919-ALL-4s.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
Walker Kessler sits in our player spotlight this week. Adam Lucas and I had a chance to speak with Walker a little earlier in this week, and gosh, what a fun young guy he is. I think you're going to enjoy the conversation, plus a terrific basketball player just trying to navigate his way through his freshman year. Let's get to know Walker Kessler a little bit better.
This is big picture here. How's it going so far? I mean, it has been a weird year for so many reasons. Yeah, what's it been like?
I mean, there's not really a precedent to tell you.
Right.
It's been weird. It's been really weird. You know, you go to your basketball, do your basketball stuff. You know, stay at the gym, and go to your dorm. You know, that's basically it. So that's been weird. But I definitely think that, like, without the basketball side of it, it would be miserable. You know, just staying, and like, no wonder students went home. Like,
sure.
I would too if I wasn't doing anything else. So it's definitely been bizarre, and I think like not having our pregame like scrimmages and all that stuff has hurt us, especially us being kind of a young team.
What do you think you've learned basketball-wise these last 5 or 6 months?
The first thing I learned is Coach Williams likes to run, which I'm not opposed to. I think that's one of the strong suits I have is being able to run, and just like you have to respect every opponent you play. It's not like high school where you go against some, like, not to insult high school varsity players, but some like schmo that's like
some guys like us.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Walker would be warming up and look the other side. Look at those guys over there.
But yeah, like every opponent can have a breakout game, and I just feel like that's really been the biggest standout to me is just like you have to respect every opponent because everyone's at this D1 level. Regardless of what team they're on, they're still on that level being, a competitive player. So
I know you missed a couple of weeks right before the season got started. How tough was that basketball-wise to try to catch back up after missing some key time there?
That was a difficult time for sure. Yeah, that was tough. There's not really words I can say to kind of explain how tough that was, but just trying to go hard as you can in practice and, get your wind back, get like your mentality back with all the plays, and because there's definitely, I'm sure y'all could see it, and like in the first couple of games where I was, eyes wide, looking around, like where am I supposed to go? So just figuring that out, and I think that's been kind of the toughest part about coming back, but now I feel pretty confident.
We were talking the other day. I think you might ask more questions in practice than everyone else put together. How do you think that benefits you? Because a lot of times freshmen aren't willing to admit they don't know, or they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah. Funny you mentioned that. Some of my teammates have been talking about that too. And a lot of them are genuine questions because I'm a very, inquisitive person. I want to know. But sometimes I just want a breather. So if I can just ask a question.
Savvy move.
Yeah,
that's a veteran move.
Yeah. Just ask a question, get a coach talking, Oh, yeah. Got it, coach. Appreciate it. But no, I do. You can ask anyone I know. I've always not really been afraid to ask questions, admit that I'm wrong on something, or, well, I won't say that. My siblings say I'm pretty stubborn, which is probably true. But I've always asked questions.
What's a question you've asked in the last couple of weeks that you feel like whatever the answer was kind of gave you a different outlook on things?
It's not so much a different outlook. It's just, why do we do this? Kind of like, why would I switch on this or hedge on this when I've got someone back? And a lot of it's just going back to, like, you got to trust your teammates, especially on the defensive end. And then in high school, I was always in a position to just, protect the rim. So whatever you do, just protect the rim. So, getting out on screens and hedging has been a big change. But I love it. And, like, being able to trust your teammates, like they got your back and I've got theirs. It's a camaraderie thing, and, like, it just makes the team better on the defensive end.
You were talking about your competitiveness earlier. I think we've seen that on the court already in this short amount of time so far this season. How do you kind of toe that line of being fiery and competitive but not getting down on yourself if something goes wrong?
I'm pretty hard on myself. I'm sure it's not very hard to see on the court. So it's a fine line, because you have so much care and you want to do so well. And, usually I'll just, give myself a clap or like a slap on the floor or something, just kind of release, that frustration and just move on to the next play. Easier said than done, but that's what I try to do.
Today tastes like staying in, like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating, and a little bit like waiting.
Food's here.
Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
We can make that happen, definitely.
This looks great.
We'll bring it and have
Getting through the morning meeting in one piece
thanks.
feels good. Then realizing it's payday. That definitely feels good. All while keeping the kids busy and the clients happy. You're unstoppable. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you can bank without missing a beat.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919 all fours.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your Carolina Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now get a 2020 Escape with 0 for 60 or get a 2020 Explorer with 0 for 72, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
2020 Carolina football came to a close, not the result the Tar Heels wanted in the Orange Bowl, with Texas A&M finishing with 21 unanswered points in the final 10 minutes to sneak away with a 14-point victory, but still a very encouraging performance from the Tar Heels in that game, and so many things to be excited for in the future for Tar Heel football. Adam Lucas and I sat down to talk a little bit about Carolina, the Orange Bowl, and the future of Tar Heel football.
The Orange Bowl, what a highlight, what a night for Carolina football. Obviously didn't end the way the Tar Heels wanted, but everything other than the outcome, it feels like Carolina football got out of that game what it needed. It got a national showcase. It got basically an exclusive window of a national television commercial for Carolina football. Young players played well. Big name players who played well. I think the Tar Heels got what they needed in their first ever Orange Bowl appearance.
And Adam, some really exciting moments, with some of those young players. Josh Downs had 2 touchdowns in the game. Eugene Asante making just his second start as a Tar Heel and his first without Chaz Surratt as a part of the team. And he was all over the field. 16 of the 17 players who made a tackle are coming back next season for Carolina football. So, yeah, it was a loss on the scoreboard, but it felt like a win for the evening for Carolina.
Really excited about that defense. It felt more like maybe a preseason game for the 2021 season than a postseason game for the 2020 season, if that makes any sense. The defense did give up 41 points, but I think you saw enough individual success there to feel like that's a group that's going to be good. And I think on the offensive side, of course, you already knew about Sam Howell, but that offensive line that opened up such great holes for Javonte Williams and Michael Carter all season long proved they can do pretty similar things without them carrying the ball. And they're all coming back next year. So I think a lot of excitement on the offensive side as well, but the focus, of course, will be on the defense.
So, Adam, that does conclude the 2020 Carolina football season. Mack Brown on social media this week reaching out to Carolina fans. It's been, of course, a unique season for everybody in college football, but Carolina so excited about the present, the future, and of course, Tar Heel fans are a big part of that.
Man, how nice would it have been to be able to have full houses at Kenan Stadium for this team? Coming off last year when every seat was sold, would have loved to have had everybody there, but certainly looking forward to next year. Got a great schedule.
Sam Howell had a solid game in the Orange Bowl, including 3 touchdowns. And Adam, those 3 touchdowns now has Sam Howell up to 68 for his career. As you see there on the graphic, that already ties him with Darian Durant for the most in Carolina football history. It is also, Adam, the most for any ACC sophomore in history as well. Sam passed in the game against Texas A&M, passed Jameis Winston and Trevor Lawrence to earn that mark, and certainly an exciting time for Sam Howell. His career continues to be a special one.
I know it's a different era of football, but if you had traveled back in time to the Darian Durant era and said, someone's going to come into Chapel Hill and throw the same number of touchdowns as Darian Durant, but he's going to do it in 2 seasons,
yeah.
I would have thought that person was probably sent from Mars or something, but here we are, and he's got a whole nother year to put that record out of reach.
30 touchdowns this season for Sam Howell, tied for the second most ever in a single season for Carolina, well behind the leader in that category, Sam Howell, from last year when he had 38 for the Tar Heels. Adam also mentioned this was the last game of the year, but with football, it really is a year-round thing now. And I thought this post from Carolina football after the game, it said just the beginning. And that's kind of the feeling right now. And you can see this is a team that was very, very close. I believe that's Brian Anderson who's in the embrace with Sam Howell. And man, it's just, yeah, it didn't go the way you wanted, but you don't feel like that was a period. You feel like it was a ... for Carolina football.
2 former pod guests. Another thing about that picture that stands out, man, the throwback uniforms look great in the Orange Bowl.
Also, some good news for Carolina when we're talking about this upcoming season that they learned this week that their starting tight end, Garrett Walston, will be back. Originally, Garrett had not said that he was going to take advantage of the extra year provided by the NCAA due to COVID, but now Walston changing his mind. He will return. Terrific news to give you a veteran at that position for Carolina next season. Also, Tamon Fox. Mac Brown said on Monday that Tamon is still considering it, that he may return as well. Of course, earlier, Tyrone Hopper, Bo Corrales, Grayson Atkins all announced that they would also be taking advantage of that extra year of eligibility and returning for Carolina.
We can make that happen, definitely.
This looks great.
We'll bring it and have
Getting through the morning meeting in one piece
things.
feels good. Then realizing it's payday. That definitely feels good. All while keeping the kids busy and the clients happy? You're unstoppable. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you can bank without missing a beat.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your Carolina Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now get a 2020 Escape with 0 for 60 or get a 2020 Explorer with 0 for 72, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Today tastes like staying in, like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating, and a little bit like waiting.
Food's here.
Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919-ALL-4s.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
As always on the Carolina Insider, Adam and I like to take a drive around social media, find some fun things that relate to Carolina athletics. We call it our social drive. NFL news from the coaching side of things. Arthur Smith, former Tar Heel offensive lineman, he was a GA for Carolina football for a short period of time as well. He's been the offensive coordinator now for the Tennessee Titans the last 2 seasons, and with 6 openings at the head coaching spots in the NFL, Arthur's starting to get a lot of buzz as potentially filling one of those spots.
It's going to be interesting to see how he goes about his career. He's been very methodical, and looks like he will have some choices to make. If he has the opportunity at multiple jobs, he might feel like it's not the right time, maybe not the right ownership situation, because he got a little buzz last offseason, getting a lot this offseason, and you figure that's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. So if the opportunity is not right this offseason, maybe he stays where he is and goes at it again next year.
He'll be involved in one of the more attractive matchups in this wild card weekend. Tennessee hosting the hot Baltimore Ravens. That is Sunday at 1 o'clock. All right, we go from football to football, as Mauricio Pineda signed a 3-year contract for the Chicago Fire, and then also Adam earned a U.S. national team call-up.
I'm sorry, I'm still a little dazed from that transition, but great to see Tar Heels having success in Chicago, and Mauricio perhaps will have another Tar Heel to hang out with in the Windy City.
Yeah, that's right. Speaking of Tar Heels on fire in Chicago, one of our absolute favorites, that is Kobe White. He and the Bulls playing well. Let's see a couple of highlights from Kobe here over the last few games.
Back down by 12, they've scored the last 8. Starting 5 out there for the Bulls. Kobe nice White. Move. A little hezzy.
A lot of dribbling from Kobe White. He slides back into a 3.
Oh yes!
Give me the hot sauce.
That's a tough shot.
Adam, we've seen that with Kobe wearing a different jersey. Great to see him doing Kobe White type of things in the NBA.
He can put the ball in the basket no matter what league it is. We had a big discussion on the audio pod recently. We're on top of the Kobe White brand management, so encourage you to go back and listen to Tuesday's audio pod. We had a little Kobe talk.
On Tuesday night, big game and a big road win, big comeback for the Bulls to beat Portland, and he had 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Zach LaVine, a big day for the Bulls as well. But a terrific season thus far for Kobe and Chicago. Adam also found this online. Bobby Jones, all-time great Tar Heel, and I'm sure Larry Bird's excited about that picture there at the bottom right. Bobby Jones, let's watch this. This is a dunk on Larry Bird. Don't think this is the Dr. J dunk, but man, it kind of looks like it when he was a part of the 76ers. You have the vehement and one call from the official. What a play.
Yeah, Ted Valentine Sr. there really giving it the and one. I think of Bobby Jones as a defender, and I think that's largely what he made the Hall of Fame based on, but that was a very impressive dunk.
All right, to wrap things up, Adam, we got this sent to us from Ryan Munster, and I gotta tell you, this is pretty impressive. What a way to bring in the new year and celebrate the holidays for Ryan.
See, when Ryan gets bored, he's productive and does cool things, and when I'm bored, I surf the internet.
So look at that golf count. It's got it's got the little compartments for all the different clubs. That's really cool.
Yeah, I could put all my putters in each little cabinet there.
So again, the schedule will be a little different this week. Carolina was not expecting to have a midweek basketball game coming up, but with the Clemson game being postponed, the Syracuse Orange now coming into Chapel Hill for a 9 o'clock tip on Tuesday night. After that, Tar Heels back on the road. They'll see Florida State in Tallahassee next Saturday at noon. We'll have highlights of both of those matchups and more next week on the Carolina Insider.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, and brought to you by Coca-Cola. When you're stocking up for game day, be sure to grab a Coke with a friend. Together, taste better. Carolina Insider is produced by Go Heels Productions for Tar Heel Sports Properties, a property of Learfield IMG College.